And so it begins, ladies and gentlemen. The grand finals of the Rainbow Cup tournament are here and upon us. So, the teams going up in this game are gonna be Team Banani on the left side, going up versus the Team Farmsletje starting up on the right flank. The map is gonna be Adaptive Project Dusked. And honestly, that's a one hell of a good looking map if you ask me. Just look at all these beautiful textures and plateaus. Although unfortunately, with the current map setup, we are most likely only gonna see players playing on the top side here, on the two top plateaus. Because when we look at how the map is split, the M28 forces are gonna be playing in the same team. And they're all cheating here with the 1.4 multiplier for the economy. And with the players being unable to easily access the bottom part of the map, I can see already that everything here below this line will for sure belong to the M28, meaning they're gonna boom their economy and expand their forces in a staggering manner. So yes, this Rev M28 player playing UEF together with his friend Sleepy playing Cybran are gonna have a really good time versus the Team Banani, and the same can be said about Zim playing UEF here together with the Zavres. So yep, Team Farmsletje better prepare for that, and yep, prepare they are. As we can see, they already put a single mole to go and scout for the incoming enemy M28 forces. Other than that, we can expect the players to most likely go with their ACUs towards the middle, as that's where the reclaim is, as we can see. How much is it? 5,000 in the mid lane, and let's see, and 1,500 on the top plateau. So, the players in this game. Playing the top side for the Team Banani, it is gonna be Svatosław. Then, just below him, it is gonna be the team captain, Banani, known as Lunishko. On the air slot, it is gonna be no one else but Limes, playing once again the Aeon faction. And then, on the front line, it is gonna be Skrat, playing UEF. Their opponents are gonna be Natron, playing Cybran on the front line, FTX Commando playing Aeon once again on the air slot. Then the team captain, Farmsletje himself, gonna be playing UEF and also joining Natron on the front line. And last but not least, it is gonna be the meme commander himself, playing UEF. We can already see there is an early bomber coming out from Banani. The question is, what exactly can it do? At the same time, there is some labs, the light assault bots, the hunters being produced by the M28. As we can see them already hunting for the enemy units, as the engineer got nearly killed in here. But with the mantis being produced by Natron, it seems like the hunter is gonna go and run away. The bomber gonna go and drop their bombs, but thankfully it seems like Natron was paying attention and he will split all of his engineers around, meaning that no damage have been basically done here. And the Zeus bomber will get shot down by the interceptor belonging to FTX Commando. And yep, it seems like there was a small mistake from the team Farmsletje, as it seems like Skrat managed to go and grab and reclaim all of the deserted buildings belonging to civilians here, meaning that he is already around good 3,000 mass ahead compared to his opponents. So we will see what is gonna be the response from the team Farmsletje here after losing the early tempo. Oh well, that's gonna be a gun upgrade, I assume, as Natron will grab a fast upgrade, and then he will most likely go and punish Skrat and Limes for not playing on the tempo. But the question is, where is this transport going? As Lime just have produced it. It seems it is gonna be flying for the reclaim field, which is supposedly gonna belong to the M28, but if M28 still not reclaiming it, it seems like the Team Banani is gonna be the beneficiary of this pile of rocks and also this pile of destroyed Sabran buildings, so yes. It seems like the Team Banani is on top of their game when it comes to reclaiming stuff around the map. On the top side, it seems like Derp is actually quite ahead in the units department compared to his opponent Svatosław. Although Svato have something else up his sleeve, that is gonna be the T1 autogun, meaning that unfortunately for that, he is most likely not gonna manage to go and actually run across here with the units, as they're all gonna get killed by this T1 PD here. Although it does seem like he's still gonna go and make the run by the PDs up. The ACU is also in here. A single engineer just have been killed, and can I kill the mass extractor or not? 40 HP remaining, 21 HP remaining. Oh boy, what a region here on this mass extractor. Well, Cybran technology coming in clutch, I guess. Okay, the gun upgrade had been finished by Nathan, as he is now pushing in versus the forces belonging to Skrat, firing over charges and other shots, as the gun upgrade have also been finished for Skrat, but here the damage have been done, meaning he is most likely gonna have less units here. And with FTX Commando also supporting the push here, it is a 2 versus 1 for now, thankfully. It seems like Limes and Banani are gonna go and respond on time, pushing their forces here towards the bottom to go and support their teammate here. As Skrat so far is taking a lot of damage, but the same can be said about the ACUs belonging to both FTX Commando and Nathan. Although the focus fire is kinda bad here, as you can see, the units belonging to Banani are shooting Nathan. Meanwhile, the ACU belonging to Skrat was focusing on FTX Commando. Now, Limes also gonna go enjoy the fight. No, never mind. Or he will. No, he's going back. He's just trying to micro his ACU up and down to go and stay outside the range of the enemy units, as both Skrat and Nathan are still gonna keep exchanging shots versus one another. At the same time, it seems like the Team Banani have erected some defenses versus the M28 forces, unlike their opponents, Team Farmsletje, which didn't manage to go and make it on time, meaning that we can see some units sneaking in and out from the M28 players and destroying the economy belonging to Nathan here. So yeah, it seems like the Team Banani have made the better preparations versus the encroaching AI forces, but the Team Farmsletje is pushing the pedal to the metal, as we can see both Nathan and FTX Commando going very deep into the enemy forces, nearly smelling the enemy base, as Skrat and Limes are doing their best to go and try to not die here. Gun upgrade also finished for FTX, for Farmsletje and for Runishko, as both of them are now gonna duke it out at the same time. It seems like the Derp is gonna go and push Svatosław back, gaining more and more map control over the top side here, as we will enter the split screen here to go and see what is happening here, as the actions is happening all over the map. The question is exactly how will this play out, as both Svatosław and Deb have the gun upgrades available, the same amount of units, so basically I'm afraid they might actually go for a draw. Limes ACU dropping lower and lower as he's taking damage from 2 gun upgraded ACUs at the same time. Although it does seem like Nathan will be forced to go and full back, as he only has 3000 HP remaining, although he is still fighting versus the forces belonging to Skrat on the bottom. Okay, wait. It seems like Farmsletje is looking for a push versus Svatosław on the top side, where together with Derp they're gonna go for the pincer maneuver and basically clamp down Svatosław between a rock and a hard place. As the man, yes, he is aware of incoming doom. Is he gonna go for the kill on Derp? They can still try to go 1-for-1, as the ACU from Derp is gonna go and shot down by the respective guns belonging to Limes. Svatosław dropping lower and lower, as kaboom, baby! 2 ACUs just exploded at the same time. Although, unfortunately, it seems like the army belonging to Farmsletje have also been killed, as no more units are available for him, as now this is a good chance for the Team Banani to go for the kill on no sniper, as his ACU is the next target. He's gonna go and bring in some units from himself to go and settle them. Nathan also coming here to go and support him, but the ACUs from Lunishko and Skrat are gonna go and kill him off. Skrat most likely gonna go and explode with him too, as both ACUs are gonna go kaboom, baby. 4 players are down in the first 9 minutes of the game. Oh, baby, what a fast game it is. I wonder how is it actually gonna go and play out right now as 2 ACUs have been killed off for both teams. But I guess the wildcard is gonna be the M28 players from the bottom, as they are still harassing Natron, who is just kinda unaware of what is happening here, as it seems like all of his attention is being spent on the top flank, as he is pushing deep towards the west versus the base that once belonged to Skrat. And with only a single T1 PD and only a few strikers available to go and defend it, it seems like Skrat is gonna be fully capable of breaking into it. The T1 DM1 plasma cannon is up and running, but the ACU belonging to Natron and the hoplites are gonna go and kill it in no time, as you can see here. PD coming under the fire, nearly dead. Overcharge gonna destroy all the walls, and the PD is no more. The factories are still churning out one unit after another to go and try to defend this position. But with Natron's ACU in here, I feel like this is a foregone conclusion, as Natron is about to go and clean up this whole mess. Spectre gunships coming in for the snipe versus the enemy ACU. Swift is covering them. Is there gonna be a response? Here comes the ASF, or should I say the Swifties from FX Commando to go and save the day. He will shut down the enemy Swiftwings, but at the same time it seems like he will pay the price by losing all of his own Swifties, meaning that the air control is gonna remain in the hands of the team Banani for now, as the base from Skrat is laying down in ruins. Half of it is all broken down, and it seems like Natron will not stop until the whole base is gone. But at the same time, his own base is suffering great losses, as we can see the M28 pushing deeper and deeper into the enemy bases, as Natron is losing max after max, factory after factory, as it seems like FTX Commando is coming here to go and save the day, as Natron is preoccupied dealing with the enemy forces on the west. So we will see how will it actually pan out. After all, killing the Skrat base just to lose your own is not the best of the trades. Spectre gunships from Limes once again coming in here to go and kill the ACU belonging to Natron. Can they do it? No, they cannot, as the bunkers, the Cybran flak units are here to go and clean out the trash from the sky, as the Aeon Spectre gunships are no more. Lunishko coming here to go and use his gun ACU to go and kill all of the army belonging to Natron, as he is forced to go and actually start running away. At the same time, his base is also getting demolished slowly but surely, as the Moongoose and the Hoplites are outranging all forces that the enemy unit can go. Here comes the TML missile, as FTX Commanders have been hit. Only 1600 HP remaining on his ACU. This is now troublesome. It went from a situation that could have been still salvaged into a one that's basically becoming a horror movie for the FTX Commando. His ACU is nearly dead, and Natron is having a lot of trouble dealing with the M28 forces and with Banani at the same time. There is also a TML missile which have already scored a kill or few, as we can see 1000 mass killed, and it's going for the next enemy max, as Natron is trying to go and build the bastions, the TMD defenses, but he will not build them on time. So yes, the situation is very hard for the team Farmsletje, as while they might have the map control compared to the team Banani, the problem is that they are losing all of their economy versus the M28 player, and oh my goodness, the M2... Oh, okay, it seems like FTX Command have just exploded because there was some kind of connection troubles in the game. And yes, both Svatosław and FTX Commando were forced to go and leave the game to go and prevent a desync from happening. So we just have to be glad that the live replay still didn't stop. There's a pillar push happening on the north side, although unfortunately it is gonna get stopped by enemy Beetles and Rhinos belonging to Lunishko, and also by the T1 PDs belonging to Banani, so yes. This push from Natron unfortunately gonna be nothing more but a mass donation, and what a juicy mass donation it is. 3,000 reclaimed delivered straight to the door of the Banani. At the same time, it seems like Natron is more or less trying to go and build an encirclement around the forces belonging to the Banani together with the M28 forces to the south, so yes, we will see if he's gonna go for the push or not. He does have a lot of units, but unfortunately a big chunk of them is basically T1 strikers and mantises, which are not gonna fare that well versus the forces belonging to Lunishko. As you can see, he is producing the T2 heavy tanks, which are amazing at dealing with the enemy T1 units, so yeah, Natron might have like quadruple number of units, but unfortunately the quality of those said units is garbage compared to his opponent. Okay, Natron getting some decent value with his ACU. He will kill a few of the enemy rhinos. Already 5,500 mass kill on his ACU compared to 2.5 for Lunishko. The T1 units are all going in, as we can see, the fight breaking out. But unfortunately, the lasers from the Rhino are proving so much better at killing the enemy units. Swifties trying to go and fight for the air control. As we can see, all forces are joining the fight, be it the aircraft, be it the tanks. Everything is being thrown around here at this flank at this moment. Spectre gunships all shot down. But unfortunately, at the same time, all the land units belonging to Natron just have been eradicated by the beetles and rhinos belonging to Lunishko. The man now is being forced to go and run away. He was pushing the advantage just a few months ago. But at this time, it seems like he is now the one being forced to go and run away. As we have pings from FTX Commando and Derp showing to go and run away. At the same time, I wasn't looking at the right flank, and it seems like the east is collapsing too. The whole base belonging to Natron is gone, nothing but smoldering ruins remaining in here. And it seems like the expansion, the T2 HQ belonging to Farmsletje ones, is also gone, meaning that there's gonna be no more T2 units being built by the Natron himself. No, never mind. It seems like Derp himself also grabbed the T2 HQ for him, so yep. It seems like the UEF faction choices are gonna go and pay off. Because even if you lost one HQ here, you still have one HQ remaining from another player. So that's very nice to go and see, but the problem is, how can you go and deal with this green army of orcs as the M28 is pouring in from these little crevices, one unit after another, as Natron is really struggling to maintain his composure. At the same time, it seems like the M28 on the left flank is not really going for the push here for now. Instead, it is playing slow and steady, most likely recognizing the fact that Natron doesn't have as many units available, and as such, it might be better to actually go and focus on killing the weaker player here, being Natron. And oh my goodness, it seems like the M28 is also building fat boys here. So yep, Natron will really have hard time defending himself. And the same is actually can be said about the other M28, as another fat boy is also being produced on the west flank here. And as we can see, the M28 is building a lot of factories, the build power is churning out more and more economy. There is also a megalith production started. So I wonder if we will have a megalith also being produced on the east. And yes, indeed, Xavres also started building the megalith himself, so yes. It seems like both teams, Team Banani and the Team Farmsletje, are gonna have a lot of trouble. Here comes the TML missile, gonna go and snipe the enemy PD, as Natron is losing all the control he had over the mid lane, as he have to basically reroute all of his forces to go and try defending versus the opposing M28 units pouring in from the bottom. Although, and while it might seem like he have a lot of units being built, there is one small problem. The units he's building are snoops. The man is trying to go and drown the opposing forces in an army of snoops, which is unfortunately not gonna work out. As the snoops, while numerous, are nothing but the small T1 Land Scouts, as they have no HP, no DPS, no gun, no nothing. All they can do is provide you some intel in the early stages, but at minute 17, you wanna be building T3 Loyalists, or should I say the T3 Titans, as no more Cybran tech is actually available for Natron. He might be playing Cybran, but he only have UEF and Aeon tech available for now. And yes, indeed, the situation is looking much worse for the team Farmsletje. Although at the same time, if the M28 grew some balls and used this big army to push versus Limes, then I can tell you they could actually kill them all. The fat boy from Sleepy is also gonna go and join the fight, as it seems like it's time for the team Banani to pay the piper after killing all of those M28 units. But at the same time, I really have to go and wonder, can Nathan stay alive for much longer? Like when we look at how the M28 plays, it seems like on the left side they're playing slow and steady, being afraid of the enemy forces. Meanwhile on the east flank, they are just like, yeah, we have to keep on going, keep on pushing, Nathan couldn't defend, we have to keep the advantage going. And as such, you can see the Mongoose, Hoplites and other units trying to go and bully Natron and his units from far away. And now, with the Fat Boy also joining the fight, I have to... Yep, definitely. The air base is gonna be gone. There might be some PDs available, but they are gonna unable to defend versus a Fat Boy, which is already starting to go and lay down the fire versus the enemy bases. As we can see the shells flying, arcing through the air, and now hitting the targets in the base of Natron, as the airbase is getting deleted one after another from the area of damage. As the army from the M28 is just pouring in. One unit after another, as Natron unfortunately have nothing to go and defend himself. He have a few T1 PDs available, as we can see here, but they are all outtrenched by the enemy Hoplites and Moongoose. Enemy units are finally getting in range, but that is not gonna be enough, as the PDs are dropping down one after another. The airbase is also now gone, nearly gone. It can still stay alive for a few more seconds, but with the Mongoose marching in and with the Fat Boy keeping up its suppressing fire, the factories are gonna be gone too in no time, as Natron is still somehow producing one sloop after another. I'm not sure why, but this strategy is definitely not working out. On the left flank, it seems like the M28 is finally making some progress versus the army belonging to Limes and Banani. But at the same time, the progress is slow but steady. But unfortunately for Team Natron, it is still too slow. As you can see, Natron losing more and more facilities, as the green Orcish army is still not stopping. And well, I'm calling them Orcish because they're all green, and look how many there are. They're like gremlins, goblins, just pouring in one after another, as Natron is now being forced to go and run away, as the Fat Boy is inching closer and closer. As we can see, the pillars in the background getting absolutely deleted by the onslaught of the fire from the Fat Boy, Mongoose and Hoplites, as they're all outtrenched and unable to get inside the enemy army. So run away they will. ACU from Natron also slowly but surely running away, as the man is just trying to go and find a safe haven at this point of the game, somewhere far away from the war, from the enemy M28 players. But the problem is, the further he runs away, the closer he will get to his opponent. And as we can see, his opponent is all ready to go and intercept his push. The welcoming committed is here, as the T1 and T2 PDs have been erected in a defense line here. So I really have hard time believing that Natron can bring back this game, as unless some big push happens on the bottom. Oh, actually, speaking of big push, it seems like there is a megalith and another fat boy joining the battlefield, as the M28. Actually, just look at these beautiful facilities, all this build power, all this economy belonging to the M28. Like, golly me, that's a base you don't wanna see your opponent have. So I have to wonder, can this big army from the M28 go and crush the forces of Banani before Natron suicides? Or gets caught by his opponents here? Or is Natron gonna run out of space and he will die to the M28? Or to the forces belonging to Banani, as he is clearly between a rock and a hard place here? The man is running out of options, as it seems like he will go for the last ditch effort push, as his pillars are going in versus the enemy forces here. At the same time, the army belonging to Banani is occupied by the opposing M28, as two fat boys and the megalith are inching closer and closer. So let's see, how will it go and pan out? The Cerberus turrets are opening fire. The Autogun T1 point defense is also here to go and start wrecking the enemy pillars, as we can see them exploding one after another. The PDs are also falling down. What is gonna be the response from Team Banani? The response is moving loyalist forces and the ACUs from Limes and Banani towards the front line. As such, we can see that the pillars are starting to go and run away. The question is, can they actually run away and buy enough time for... Here comes the Spectre gunship. Unfortunately, they're all gonna get shot down as the bouncers, ASF and Swifties, are here from Limes to go and save the day. No more Stingers and Spectre gunships available, as the airfight is raging on, but it seems like the ASF forces from Limes are gonna be just enough to go and shut down all of the Swifties belonging to Natron, as the poor man have lost all of his units. No more units available, and now, with the incoming Restorers from Limes, it seems like Natron is gonna be the next target, as his ACU is dropping lower and lower. With no AA available, it seems like this is gonna be the game. Especially as from the other flank we can see that the fat boy is still coming here, not stopping. Okay, Lime's saying he blew the transfer for Natron so he can run away, but he won't run away. 4000 HP remaining. The Restorers are gonna kill him, and kaboom, baby! The Natron is gone, as the safe haven was nowhere to be found, as Team Banani wins the game number 1 and scores point in this round, making the scoreline 2-0, meaning that the team Farmsletje will have to go and win 4 games in a row, unless they wanna go and lose this tournament. GG, well played, and let's go for the game number 2.